Hi, my name is Ramiro Rivera, and this is my final evidence for one of the challenges of globalization. And that challenge is migration in Mexico, and how tons of people that come from countries like El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, among others, suffer and their human rights are not being respected by the government and the Mexican citizen. To start with my evidence, I would like to address one cultural challenge of globalization. And from a perspective as a citizen, the immigration challenge of globalization, it is an important topic to talk about because throughout this semester, with the different homeworks and assignments that I have done, I realized that the migration problem is the one that impacted me the most. I learned about this challenge throughout the whole world and made me realize here in Monterrey, Mexico, where I live, it is a huge problem. And how many people on the streets are living and having a bad time being from places like El Salvador and Honduras. As I already mentioned, this challenge I chose is a conflict of migration in Mexico, how the migrants suffer on their way, and how Mexico is part of the problem as a nation. That do not help these people, and the authorities have also been the part of the problem. The media is now more focused on the migration problem here in Mexico because of the 2.4 million US-Mexico border encounters in 2022. Also, the president has been part of the problem by deploying more than 30,000 troops to stop migrants and leading to violent events with them. Why this is a challenge and its magnitude? Well, according to the UN, in 2019, more than 1.1 million immigrants live in Mexico, as it can be seen in the graph, and every year Mexico has received more and more migrants. According to a study from the UNAM University, the problems these people face when crossing Mexico are linked to the political and social context of Mexico, conditions of insecurity, lack of awareness in the Mexican society in terms of respect for diversity and non-discrimination migrant people. As it can be seen on the graph, some of the most common problems that people suffer are migration operations from the government, discrimination and racism, physical and psychological violence, violation of human rights, and among other problems that make us realize the magnitude of this conflict and the need to do something about it. This issue can be seen from the cultural point of view by analyzing different factors that we learn in class. For example, how people leave behind their traces and migrate to another country because of different reasons that force them to leave their homes and lose their sense of place by living in Mexico. Also, how the power dynamics works with this challenge is what makes it a real conflict. How the government acts against migrants, and there is a lack of help and poor management of the dynamics that the government has. Well, after we already seen all this problem and all the statistics that tell us the magnitude of the problem, we can say a proposal and its objectives. First of all, is to reduce the discrimination, economic margination, violence through different campaigns that include awareness of current issues of migration and how we need to treat them. Also, look for organizations that help migrants who suffer from the problems already mentioned with the help of student volunteers and others that can be involved. Also, together with different organizations and campaigns, look for the spread of knowledge about this challenge in Mexico and to social media. I will implement different lessons that can be given by people that fight against this issue or people that are involved in organizations in favor of human rights and migrants. Also, I will create awareness to social media and volunteers that are willing to spread the word and inform as many people as possible about this problem and how can they help for a solution. And another action that I will provide is to help organizations that are currently gathering signatures and collecting the attention of the government to create a solution as an interinstitutional and intersectoral work that will allow us to take a significant and progressive steps in favor of the migrants. There is a huge list of possible stakeholders that can help with a solution, and some of them are Alianza MX, Colectivo contra la Trata de Personas, and also Tech de Monterrey, that together, even though they are different organizations, in some way, they can act in favor of human rights and can provide volunteers and economical help for the solution. Finally, for a solution, I will need economical and human help and also knowledge about the topic to make my solution possible. In conclusion, I think it is important to always consider the cultural aspects of an issue because that is the most important thing when it comes to conflicts and issues that involve human beings. These aspects have an important role in my proposal because cultural knowledge and respect for others is a main thing necessary for the solution of this challenge. And before I finish, I would like to say that my role as a citizen in a culturally globalized world is pretty important, and I already realize that even though I am only one person, I can make a huge difference if I decide to act and create solutions for any challenge possible. Thank you.